You can handroll an agent loop. We did exactly that in episode 2, about 60 lines of Python wrapped a working agent. But for anything serious, anything you'd actually ship to real users, you'll want a framework. Today, the 4 big options: LangGraph, CrewAI, AutoGen, and the Claude Agent SDK. We'll go through what each one is, what it's good at, what it sacrifices, and how to pick the right one for your situation. First, why bother with a framework at all? Because 4 things are the same in every agent you'll ever build. The control loop: we plan, act, observe, reflect. State management, memory, checkpoints, resumability after a crash. Coordination, handoffs between subagents, parallel calls. Observability, tracing, logs, debug interfaces. Doing all 4 yourself is fine for a demo or a prototype. For production, you want them battle-tested by other people first. Frameworks give you all 4 out of the box, plus a community of people hitting the same edge cases and fixing them. Now let's compare the 4 contenders. First, LangGraph by LangChain. LangGraph models your agent as a directed graph. Nodes are functions, edges are transitions. You define the structure of your agent's reasoning explicitly. This gives you maximum control and very explicit state management. You can see exactly how the agent flows from one decision to the next. Best for production systems and complex flows that need precise behavior. The trade-off: steeper learning curve, more boilerplate code, more upfront design work. But once you're past the learning curve, the explicitness is a huge asset for debugging and maintenance. Second, CrewAI. CrewAI takes a higher-level approach. You define your agents as crew members, each with a role, a goal, and a set of tools. The framework handles the collaboration between them automatically. Easy to learn, fastest path to your first multi-agent demo. The role-based metaphor is intuitive. If you can describe your agents like job descriptions, you can build them in CrewAI. The trade-off: it's opinionated. You trade some flexibility and fine control for that simplicity. When you hit something the framework doesn't anticipate, working around it can be awkward. Third, AutoGen by Microsoft. AutoGen treats agents as conversational participants. Multi-agent systems emerge from agents chatting with each other in defined patterns. Great for research. Great for prototyping novel multi-agent ideas. The chat metaphor is flexible and well-suited to exploration. The trade-off: the chat metaphor doesn't fit every problem. For agents that need to make structured decisions or follow strict workflows, a chat-based abstraction can feel forced. Less ideal for highly transactional production use cases. Fourth, the Claude Agent SDK by Anthropic. Built specifically around Claude's tool use capabilities. Strong defaults for subagents, MCP integration, and long-running tasks. If you're shipping Claude-powered agents to production, this gives you the tightest integration available. Things like parallel tool calls, sub-agent orchestration, and MCP server hookup all work seamlessly. The trade-off: it's Claude first. Less ideal if you need to switch between models often or run primarily on a different provider. At a glance, the 4 split clearly. LangGraph wins on control. If you need precise behavior, you'll get there. CrewAI wins on speed to prototype. If you need a multi-agent demo by tomorrow, this is your fastest path. AutoGen wins on multi-agent flexibility. If you're researching novel coordination patterns, the chat abstraction gives you room to experiment. Claude SDK wins on production-grade Claude integration. If you've committed to Claude and want the smoothest path to shipping, this is it. So which should you pick? Building a complex production system with hard requirements? LangGraph. Need a multi-agent prototype tomorrow? CrewAI. Researching new multi-agent patterns? AutoGen. Shipping a Claude-powered agent that needs to be fast and reliable? Claude Agent SDK. And one piece of honest advice that applies regardless of which framework you pick. Don't framework shop forever. Don't spend 3 weeks evaluating before writing a single line of agent code. All 4 can build the same kinds of agents.